Listen, ending 2024 for me has been an awesome year in real estate, actually. Phenomenal year in real estate. I cannot tell you how thankful I am to have the clients that I have who trust me to get the job done, whether that's as a seller or as a buyer. If you are either a seller or a buyer, let's talk about some things that you can do to be successful in 2025. Remember this. The best time to buy real estate was yesterday. The best time to buy real estate was yesterday. The price of real estate is not going down. It's gonna continue to go up. And if you're thinking about selling, people always say to me, when is the best time to sell? The best time to be a seller is when you are wholeheartedly ready to sell. Lots of times people have to sell because of job transfers, because of a divorce, because of a death. There's lots of reasons where people have to sell and they don't necessarily want to sell. But if you are wanting to sell, that's a different situation. If you're wanting to sell soon, in the next few weeks, the next few months, the first thing that you need to do is align yourself with a real estate agent who closes lots and lots and lots of transactions and who is not going to be scared to tell you as the seller what are the things that you need to do to prepare your home to sell. I know the vast majority of real estate agents go into a home, get the paperwork signed, put a sign in the front yard, and say a prayer that it sells. And that is exactly the opposite of what I will ever do. So if you're a seller and you know what to do, you know that you need to declutter, you know that you need to get rid of things, you know that you need bright, airy lights, you need it clean, right? You know all those things? You're the kind of seller that I would love to work with. And or if you're the kind of seller that says, listen, I have no idea what to do, that's why I'm hiring you. Tell me exactly what I need to do to make maximum profits on my house in the shortest amount of time humanly possible. I am your agent. If you fall into either of those two categories, if you are the kind of person that is going to say, I want to sell my house, but I don't want to do anything at all to prepare it, then don't call me. Please do not call me. If you're the kind of seller that believes you know what's best for you and you know what to do, you probably don't even need a realtor. That's a true story. If you know that you need to declutter, you need to clean, you need to get it show ready, and if you are the kind of person that's going to be able to show it, you're going to be able to screen people, because listen, that's huge. In this day and age, you absolutely do not want complete strangers walking through your house. If you are wanting to sell, the minute you put a for sale by owner sign in your front yard, that is an invitation to complete strangers to come knock on the door any given moment of the day and say, I want to see your house. All right? The difference between when a real estate agent puts a sign in your front yard, everybody knows. Listen, even if you're dumb as a doornail, you know that you cannot just show up at that house and ask to see it. That you must absolutely call the number on the sign or call your realtor to schedule a showing. You cannot just stop at the house and knock on the door. People know this. When they see a real estate sign, they know that they must call and make an appointment. And then this is what happens. If I get the call today that someone wants to go see a house that's for sale, the first thing I'm going to say is, do you have a pre-approval letter? Or if you're paying cash, do you have proof of funds? And if the answer is no, they're not stepping foot on the property. That is a great, easy way to screen people. People who are serious about buying a house have one of two things. They either have proof of funds because they're paying cash, or they have a pre-approval letter so they know their loan type and they know their budget. That is a true story, okay? So If you list your house to sell it with a real estate agent, ask them, are you screening potential buyers before they walk through my house? And hopefully they say, absolutely. They're going to have to produce a pre-approval letter or proof of funds, because listen, if you're serious about buying a house, then you have those things. If you're kind of just not real sure, listen, really, if you're not real sure, you probably shouldn't even be looking at houses, because you do not know, unless you've been pre-approved, what your real true budget is. I get a call every day from people who say, I want to go look at houses, and I say, what's your budget? And they say, my max budget is $200,000. And when I say, have you been pre-approved to know what the $200,000 equates to per month? Do you know that number? No, they don't know that number. So that number is only important if you have been pre-approved and you know what your monthly budget is. So if you say to a lender, my max budget to buy a house is $2,000 a month, and that includes insurance, taxes, and your house note. What does that note equate to as a house budget? That's the right way. Not to just come up with this number in your head that, oh, my max budget is $300,000 or it's $200,000 or it's $100,000. Yeah, that number is irrelevant. If you are financing it, what matters is the monthly note that you're willing and able to pay. So if you're paying rent right now, and let's say your rent is $1,500 a month, but you can pay $2,000 a month, then you need to know that. You absolutely need to know that. And you need to get pre-approved so you know what loan type you have, because some houses do not qualify for certain loans, okay? So know your loan type, know your budget, have an agent on your side who you know, like, and trust, who closes lots and lots and lots of transactions. There are plenty of realtors out there who look busy. Looking busy and closing deals are two different things. Listen, I can look busy all damn day, but if I haven't sold a house in the last few weeks, it's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant, right? So when you are thinking about buying or selling, you want a real estate agent on your side who closes lots of transactions. If you're thinking about selling, get somebody on your team who's going to give you a list of to-dos, right? I have about probably 3 sellers right now that I have met with over the last couple of weeks, and they have a to-do list. They absolutely have a to-do list. And when they're done with their to-do list, they're going to text me or call me and say, I've done every single thing on the list. We're ready for pictures. Send your photographer over. Our photographer's going to show up. He's going to take amazing pictures. He's going to fly over with his drone and get pictures of the yard and the neighborhood and all the things. We're going to have a video walkthrough of the house. We're going to have everything is going to look amazing when it hits the market, right? It's the same process I follow every single time, and it works every single time. That's the process. So if you're a seller and you're motivated to get your house sold, but you have no idea where to get started, I'd love to have a conversation with you. If you're a buyer and you don't know where to get started, give me a call and let's have a conversation, and we'll work on getting you pre-approved so you know your budget. And then we can go house hunting in your budget, right? Some people do it the other way. Well, guess what happens? If you're a buyer and you've never gotten pre-approved, and for some reason you think you're going to be pre-approved for $275,000, and you start looking at houses in the $275,000 range, and then let's just say you finally get pre-approved and you pre-approved for $200,000. Those houses that you looked at in the $275,000 range are never going to compare to the ones in the $200,000 range. And then you're going to feel like you settled because you did, right? So the very first thing to do is, if you're paying cash, know your budget. But if you're financing it, know your monthly note that you feel comfortable paying, and get pre-approved only at that note. So do not let a lender pre-approve you for more than you're willing to pay each month. So if you're willing to pay $2,000 a month as a house note, don't let them pre-approve you for $300,000, because those numbers don't go together. You have to know what you feel like paying per month on a house. If you're looking at buying land, land is a little different. Most banks require 20 to 30% down on land because they have nothing for collateral, right? So if you're looking for vacant land, I do have plenty of it available all over Acadiana, some commercial, some residential, and everything in between. If you are thinking about buying or selling in the near future and you have no idea where to get started, or if you've been a seller in the past and you did not like your real estate agent, okay, all of those reasons to give me a call. I would love to have a conversation with you. I'd love to help you. Y'all enjoy this weather. God, this is gorgeous, huh? Y'all have a great day. And remember, in real estate, there are no stupid questions. The only way you're going to know the answers is if you ask. Just ask your questions, and ask many people. Because listen, if you ask a real estate question to 10 different realtors, they're probably going to give you 10 different answers because it's very, very subjective. Align yourself with someone who is going to answer your millions of questions that you have until you understand it, until you figure it out, and until you're ready to go. Y'all have a great day.